What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Slurp Juices and if they are the best healing item to carry in Fortnite Chapter 7. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, comment down below which healing item you like to carry, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolvedJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So I think most people are probably going to prefer to carry the Chug Jug, but the Chug Jug is not really that readily available, and so this video is mostly going to be focused on the big pots and the Slurp Juice, since these are the main shield healing items that you will be able to purchase from the mending machines. This conversation has gotten brought up a lot, like I've been asked about it a bunch, because Fortnite last week added the Slurp Juices to the mending machines, and that makes it much more of an item that you can consistently get. In the past, when you had to go just off looting, bigs were like the clear cut and dry just best one, because you could just consistently refresh the amount of bigs you have from vending machines. So lots of people are wondering what they should carry now. Me personally, I still prefer to carry big pots, and we'll get into why in the video, but it is just preference. If you love Slurp Juices and you prefer Slurp Juice and that works for you, awesome, do what you want to do. So the Slurp Juice takes 2 seconds to use, and it will start healing you, and you will heal for 2 health or shield every half second, and it gives 80 health or shield, filling your health first. So if you're at 80 health when you drink this, no shield, you will finish at full health and 60 shield. It's just 80 goes to health first and then starts to fill shield. The time from starting the drink animation to getting all 80 health is about 22 seconds. It's like a little bit over that, give or take. And this is one of the weaknesses in the Slurp Juice, in my opinion. It's actually a pretty slow healing item. A lot of people think of it as like a quick healing item because it does use very quickly. And in the past, when we had the legendary Slurp Juice, that healed you incredibly fast because it healed both health and shield at the same time. But just the regular purple ones, it's actually very slow. So it takes about 22 seconds, like I said, to get all 80 of that health you're going to get. Big pots take 1 second to start healing. And then you will get about 50 shield and a little over, or not about, you will get 50 shield and about a little over 4 seconds. I think it was like 4.3 when I recorded this and kind of measured everything. Once you start drinking it, it heals much faster than the Slurp Juice. And drinking 2 big pots back to back will take about 11.2 seconds. And in that time, the Slurp user has gained 36 health or shield. So the time it takes you to drink 2 bigs and get 100 shield, the Slurp user has only gained 36 HP or shield in that time. Obviously, that is assuming you drink both big pots back to back and you're not interrupted, but you could just see that the big pots are clearly much faster at healing than the Slurp Juice is. And this is something that's going to matter a lot, because in a heat of the moment fight, when you like get to a piece of cover and you have time to heal before an enemy gets to you, the big pot is going to get you healthier in that instance. So like a hypothetical situation where you have exactly 4 seconds to heal before you're interrupted. Now, things in game don't work out exactly like this, but just hypothetical, you have exactly 4 seconds. With a big pot, you will gain 24 shield in that time, and with a Slurp, you would have gained 8 health. So you could see that big pots do heal a good amount faster. 24 isn't an absurd amount, but the way the big pot heals, it kind of ramps over time. Like you start gaining it faster as you get closer to the time finishing. So it is better to have a little bit longer, but I still just think the amount that you gain in a short time matters a lot in heat of the moment situations. If you're getting pushed, if you have a little bit of time before you get third partied, if you just got beamed in a team game mode and you want to be able to return fire, but you also want to heal a little bit, the big pots will heal you more in that time. And this is just something that comes up a lot, especially in Fortnite Zero build. Slurps do have the benefit of not needing to be consumed the entire time you're healing from it, though. So it heals slower, but you can do more in that time, because it's that 2-second animation. You drink it, and then you start healing over time. And in that time, you can sprint, you can jump, you can switch your weapons, you can shoot, you can do everything you would normally do while the Slurp Juice just heals you. So that's the trade-off. You get a slower healing item that's just more convenient. You don't have to be stuck in the animation as long. But with bigs, you're in an animation the entire time, but you heal much faster during that animation. This also helps if you do get interrupted at any point, because with a big pot, if you stop drinking it, you stop healing, and then the item is just gone with how the heals have been reworked in Chapter 5. Once you start healing from something like a big pot, if you stop that animation at all, the one you were drinking is gone, and if you want to start drinking more, you'll have to use one of the other ones, and you can quickly kind of run out if you keep getting interrupted in a situation where you have to heal. But if you understand your limits well and understand when you can heal, I think bigs are just going to be much faster than slurps, and that's something that's going to be really helpful. Since slurps don't need to be drank the entire time, this also makes it to where you can have a slurp healing you over the course of the fight. But with how slow they heal, it really isn't that big of a deal. Like, it's not going to hurt. You just gain a little bit of HP over the course of the fight. And if a fight comes down to like milliseconds, then maybe that little bit of HP you gained is the difference maker. But fights happen so quick, especially close range fights this season. The iron pump shotgun hits incredibly hard, and the twin hammer pumps also do kill incredibly fast. So in close range fights, I don't think the slurp healing is going to save you that often. It's not like it turns you into a super soldier like the legendary slurps did, because the legendary slurps healed about 12 effective health per second, whereas the current slurps we have heal about 4 effective health per second, because it's 2 every half second. So it's a clear difference when it comes to like how useful this is to be healing you during the middle of a fight. Also, drinking multiple slurps at once does not stack the effect. It basically just resets the time on how much you're going to heal. Like, if you drank one slurp and got 20 from it, and then drink another slurp, you're just going to gain 80 from that point on, because it's like the second one overrides the first one. You'll get your 80 from the second one, but you're not going to get the amount of health that you cut off from the first one. One thing that is really nice about carrying slurps, though, is if you just got done fighting, like let's say you eliminated somebody and he has big pots on his body, you could drink your slurp and then start drinking his big pots as the slurp is healing you. And those effects actually do stack. If you drink another healing item while you have a slurp active, you will still get your slurp heal health and the health from whatever you're drinking. Make it to where you, or whatever else you're using, making it to where you can heal yourself incredibly fast. And this is really helpful if you're missing white health, because when I drink a slurp, I typically want as much as I can to go to shield. So if I like am really weak, but I drink a slurp and then use a med kit or use cheesy poofs at the same time, then we get our white health up really quick. And then the amount that I got from the med kits and stuff is going to make it to where I gain more shield, since all of the slurp didn't need to go to my white health, which is nice. So there's benefits to the slurp. That's why I said it mostly comes down to preference. If you like the slurps and you're okay with the slower healing, that's fine. You're basically trading slower healing for like freedom while you're healing, whereas big pots or chug jugs, cheesy poofs, minis, whatever, you're more locked down while healing, but you will heal faster. So it's just really a matter of preference, and it's as simple as that. These slurps do cost more out of the vending machine. Slurps cost 50 or 500 gold, sorry, and big pots cost 250. So buying a full stack of big pots will be 750 gold, and buying a full stack of slurps would be 1500. So it's more expensive. That doesn't always matter. But if I already prefer to carry big pots and they're cheaper, that's just going to be another thing that makes me want to continue to carry them. That way I have more gold to spend on things like weapons or, you know, Kenny coins, things like that, buying teammates back in team game modes. But the difference between these items, I think, is very slim. But I've been getting asked about it a lot, where people don't know why I would prefer to carry bigs over slurps, or just wondering which one I think is better. And so to me, I value how quick I can heal from the item. And so big pots is what I prefer over slurps. But if I have a chug jug, I would like to have that. Just because it doesn't get used after you start using it. You just have the total amount to gain from it, and you can interrupt that as many times as you want. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.